Thinking about renovating your kitchen, but not sure where to start? Today, we're talking about how to plan a kitchen renovation the right way, design, budgeting, and how to avoid costly mistakes. Welcome back. I'm Tracy Mullin, realtor and wannabe designer. Today, we're joined by my friend Jackie Schagen, a kitchen designer with over 20 years of experience helping homeowners navigate one of the biggest renovations they'll ever do. She's known for her calm approach, attention to detail, and helping clients move from renovation overwhelm to a clear, confident path. Does that sound like you?
Sounds just like me. Thanks for having me, Tracy.
Oh, thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. So tell me a little bit about your story. This is 20 years in the making?
It feels like not that long, but it's been a heck of a ride. Yeah, I studied interior design in school.
Oh, you did?
And the first job I got was in the kitchen department of a building store. And it turns out I love the detail in the kitchen. It's also precise. It's very technical. Measurements are to the 16th of an inch. Everything has to meet code and be safe. And I really enjoy helping people get the most out of their space.
Well, let's just backtrack one more time, though. Why interior design? Like, who shaped you when you were growing up to think, oh, I want to be an interior designer?
I wanted to be an architect, but I really hated physics.
That's difficult.
So this is kind of the next step of still doing technical work. I like doing the work. I don't care why the rules are there. Okay. Someone else can do all the math, and I just want to do the space planning.
Oh, very good. Space planning is a very detailed and rule-following part of the process. So you must be a rule follower in some ways.
Or I just know when I can break them.
Oh, okay. I like that because I break some rules too going along. So you've been doing this 20 years and you started out working in a building department of kitchen. And that was something that you just really enjoyed, the technical side. So how does this fall into planning a kitchen, your technical part of that?
Well, there's a lot of building codes that we actually have to follow, like spacing around a range, where outlets have to be. So I have to have that knowledge to plan the cabinetry properly so that when bigger projects are happening that have permits, everything's going to pass and be safe and, work out long-term for the clients.
How many times do you go in where people just want the kitchen to be exactly the way it is right now? They just want to refresh. Most times do people want a whole new kitchen, like a whole new design?
Almost every time someone wants to make changes if they can. Because when a builder puts in a kitchen, they're not really thinking about how anyone uses the kitchen. They're just trying to fill the space with boxes that cost the least amount possible.
True.
So if someone's lived in their kitchen for more than a year or so, they're like, this is not awesome. And often we can take that same amount of volume, that square footage, and make it work so much harder for them.
So how many times do people know exactly what they want? Or are they really looking for your leadership?
It's a little bit of both. And I find even if someone really knows what they want, I want to make sure that they know the other options and understand the pros and cons before they proceed down that path. Like, I need you to know, here's option A, B, and C, and the pros and cons of each of those options to make sure that that's the one that's right for them.
Right. Well, that makes sense, right? That's why you're going to get a great plan. So it's interesting because with ChatGPT or any of these AI spaces, I was in a store the other day and a lady was designing her living room based on AI. And she was torn because even though she had all the pictures of what she was supposed to buy to go into this space, she was torn because she didn't know whether this carpet was traditional or was it mid-century modern, or she was really stuck on what was the style of that carpet. So I helped her. But I just thought about how people think, AI is going to replace someone like you. And I find that really hard to believe. Can you chat with me a little bit about that?
Yeah, we've thought about this extensively in the industry, and I kind of look at it like this. You need to know what questions to ask AI.
Exactly.
And I'm brought in because you don't know what you don't know. So, there's all kinds of free software all over the internet that you can plan your own kitchen if you want to. It's not that complicated. It's not rocket science, but you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what I can improve that you don't even know exists.
It's interesting because my oldest daughter is renovating her house right now, and she is very precise in everything that she does, and how she's planned her entire kitchen based on every drawer is labeled with what that is going to look like at the end of the day. And the designer loves actually working with her because they're getting the best of both worlds.
That's it.
Right?
I had a client last year that I was working with who was a professional organizer.
Whoa.
So that was really interesting because I'm like, I think I know how you're going to use this, but is this how you actually want it done? So it was a really fun collaborative experience that I got to learn a little bit more because I think I know how you're going to use it, but she was able to, take that to the next level.
Right. So, let's talk a little bit about function then. Is the triangle still a thing when the sink and the fridge and the stove all need to be in a triangle? Is that still a thing?
We're not really doing that anymore.
Interesting.
The kitchen triangle was the general rule when the kitchen was a closed off room and there was one person working in it. Now the kitchen is often open to other parts of the house. Multiple people are using it for multiple uses. So now we've leaned into a different set of planning, which is more based on zones. So there's the cleanup zone, there's a prep zone, there's the cooking zone, there's a storage zone, and those all need to have enough space around them. And we're, analyzing the area to make sure they're going to all function properly, but their location is a little bit more flexible.
Very interesting. So I've designed quite a few kitchens myself, so I have a good understanding of what it looks like. And now that I'm cooking more and actually using it in a different way, I think those kitchens could have looked differently. Because if you don't actually cook or you don't actually use it as a family space, you could make it look really pretty, but not necessarily function the way somebody else that loves to cook is going to make it function.
Absolutely.
Right?
And the way I'm always approaching design is function is number one. It's got to work and then look good, and in that order. If I've given you a beautiful kitchen but it doesn't work, we've failed. And that's just not how it goes.
Right. So tell me a little bit about what goes into let's start from the beginning. Does everyone need to have a designer in order to get a great kitchen? Should they start with you first or the contractor first?
It's most effective to contact a designer first because someone needs to create that scope of work. If you call a contractor first, they're guessing what you want to do. And everyone you talk to, every different contractor might be pricing something different. So you're not really getting an apples to apples. So when you start with a designer first, then you have a comprehensive package for all of the contractors to quote. Also, it's kind of a different role. With the designer, we are the where and the why. The contractor is the how and the when. So we're not competing. We're all part of the same team to get you the best project possible.
Well, you must have your own team of people that you love to work with anyway. So if I call you and say I want to renovate a kitchen, it usually spills into something else. We don't normally just do our kitchen. We want to open up a wall, then we leads into the living room.
Absolutely.
So if they call you first, you're going to have your teammates that you want to work with. Is that correct?
Every project has kind of a different path. Okay. So often, we decide, we might want to take out this wall. So we'll actually analyze it. Can we achieve what you want in the space that exists before we, open up that door? Because that's going to be a different price point. It's going to be a different scale of project. So let's see if we need to go there. If we do, then we will still create the design of what we want to do. And then we'll bring in the technical experts to make sure that we can do it and do it safely.
Right. Because there's no sense talking about planning to take down a wall if the wall actually can't come down, or it's going to cost too much to take the wall down because they have to put a beam in and they don't want to do that.
Yep.
Go to that expense. Okay, that makes sense.
It's usually worth it. But again, we analyze to make sure it's going to get them what they want.
Well, and a lot of it would be how they're going to use the space too. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Right.
Well, and most people are still wanting to have an open plan house to a certain degree. Everyone still wants to have private spaces. But when your family is home together, we tend to want to be
in
together.
The same room, yeah. I agree with that, but I also think there's something to be said about some closed off spaces as well. Those wide open spaces, the noise bounces off. If somebody has to sleep in late, that noise is bouncing upstairs. So it makes it a little bit difficult for sure. Yeah. I still like my formal living room. I still like to be able to go there and escape, right?
Oh, and that's the other thing. Everyone lives a little differently.
Right.
So
Yeah.
every project and every client I work with has a different criteria of what they're trying to achieve or how their family works, how their lifestyle works, how their family is going to grow. It's different every time, and that's what makes it fun for me.
So tell me this, if you come over to my place, how are you trying to get to know me, my family, how we're going to use that space? What questions are you asking me?
I have a 7-page questionnaire
What?
that we go through. And it doesn't mean that you have to answer them all, but it helps me figure out what you've thought of so that I can kind of catch up to where you are in your thought processes.
Do you think most people just want pretty and not necessarily function? Is that where we've gone to in this day
Not
and
at
age?
all.
No? Oh, good.
Most of my clients are people who want to stay in their home for a little while, like at least 2, 3, 5 years. So they want to make it work for them.
Right. Do you know how many times I will go to put a house on the market and people want to do some renovations or some work and they'll say to me, I want to do my kitchen. I'm like, okay, well, first of all, I do not believe in people renovating their kitchens to sell their home. If you're going to live here for 2 to 5 years and you're going to enjoy it first, that makes sense to me. But I don't see the point in most cases of renovating an entire kitchen. And I also believe you have to kind of go for it if you're going to do it, right? So no half-ass in it, right?
If it's worth doing right.
Right.
Like I've spent so much time with clients over the years. We're like, well, this is kind of our budget and this is what we want to do. I'm like, well, you can either adjust your budget or adjust your expectations. But like, this is what you really want. So I'd rather, like I've sent clients away, like go and save for another 6 months, another year. And like, let's do it right. Because if you cut corners, like there are things you can't just change again later.
No, not once you've spent that kind of money.
That's it. The kitchen, you kind of get one shot at it.
Right.
It's not like buying a car, you get this package and, you know, in another 7 years, you're like, I want something a little different. Like you're going to have this for 20, 25 years. Let's be sure about the decisions we're making.
Right. Interesting. So when I bought my house, it was black, lacquered, and shiny. And it was so well done. When the kitchen company came in, they're like, this is probably the best lacquered kitchen I've ever seen in my life. So we saved it. We used it on another project, but it was just so beautifully done. But it was like a cave. Like it was just long and narrow, and opening that space up, you know, for us really made a difference, right? So tell me, when people call you in, do they have a plan in terms of how they want it to function, or is that really where you come in, where you shine?
Sometimes people do, sometimes people don't. It's kind of like that first question. Like some people know what they want, and I'll make sure that it's going to be the right thing. Or there are some people who just don't know what they want. They're just like, this is terrible. Help us fix it.
Yeah.
And then I help lead them through the decision making that we all do together to get them the best final result.
Right. Do people come to you with a budget when they start this process, or do you have to really pull it out of them because some people don't want to tell you what their budget is? They're afraid you're going to spend it all.
You know what? I'm really straight about it.
Right.
Like, if this is your budget, I'm going to help you work within it, or say you really can't do what you want with that budget.
Right.
Or if you have a higher budget, I'll be like, cool, we can do all this extra stuff. And if we don't hit the budget, that's great too. Like I'm a consumer too, so I'm always looking at it with the lens. Like I want to get you the best value for your dollar. So
That's important to you.
Oh, absolutely. Like it has to be worth it. So I'll help my clients balance out those decisions too, because I have the experience. I'm like, okay, this is worth investing in, but this isn't. Like I want you to make sure you've got the best floor, the best cabinets, and the best countertop you can get, and that you love them, because those are things you're not going to change.
Right.
Things like your lighting, the handles, even the backsplash can be changed pretty easily to give the kitchen a refresh and a whole different look.
Right. I call those last finishing touches the jewelry.
Exactly.
You need the jewelry to work, right?
Yes. So the gold tone is really trendy right now on cabinetry and lighting, but in another few years it probably won't be. But it's not a massive undertaking for construction or budget to just switch those things out.
Right. Well, nowadays on, ChatGPT or Google, you can figure out how far should my light be off the counter. And there's a lot of things that people can figure out themselves.
Absolutely. And do I use those as a double check? Because I can't remember everything?
Yes.
Absolutely, I do.
It's just like going into people's home and their artwork is hung like 3 feet off their couch. It drives me crazy every time I see it. But you can go online and read about how to hang that art.
Yep.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the lady that was the kitchen organizer, not the kitchen organizer.
Oh, she's a professional organizer.
Tell me about some of the things that she added into her kitchen that other people might not even consider. Like, are we talking about pull-out drawers, or tell me about what she added.
So, I mean, these are standards I put in lots of kitchens, but it was nice to have a professional organizer kind of reinforce that these are really good things to have in your space. One of the things was having rollouts in the pantry. When you could open the door and each shelf rolls out completely so you can get to what's in the back without removing everything in the front, means that you're not losing food in the back. You're not wasting food that expires. You can find everything easily, and it all stays really nicely organized.
Right.
The same with drawers in the rest of the kitchen too. Like one bank of drawers, well organized, can hold as much as 3 separate other cabinets.
Right.
So we're using the volume of your space more effectively.
It's funny because, you know, when you have a cupboard, I always think, okay, but if I put a drawer inside there, I'm losing a little bit of space. That's how people feel. Ooh, I don't want to lose that space. But when it's more organized, it's actually more efficient.
Yep.
Yeah. What kind of appliances are people buying these days? Are they going for the wolf that's really outrageously priced right now, or are they?
It just depends what someone's, what their hot button item is, like what makes them really happy. I have one client right now who really wants to have the 6-burner Wolf range top, and like that's something they've wanted their whole life. Amazing, let's do it.
Right.
Some other people are like wanting to be a little bit more middle of the road with their appliances, and that's where most people are landing. Not everyone's going to spend $10,000 or $15,000 on a fridge. There's a lot of range in all of those, and it's just kind of finding that midpoint or that tier that you're comfortable with.
Right. Well, it's one of the very first things you need to pick is your appliances, because it's hard to design a kitchen around what you don't know what they're going to choose.
That's it. It is one of the not quite the first. We want to see what's going to work, because I don't want someone to fall in love with the wall ovens if they don't have a space to put them.
Right.
So we're kind of playing with those a little bit together to find just the right balance of when those decisions need to happen.
Right. I really get miffed at the pull-out right beside the stove. You're supposed to put your spices and stuff in. I really think that doesn't work. They drive me crazy. I would rather have a nice lay-down spice drawer where you open up the drawer and all your spices are staring at you. You know, that just seems so much more efficient to me.
And again, that's one of those things that's really personal. Some people
Right.
really want that spice pull-out. I have one client that we worked with last year in Brooklyn, and we made the top drawers just a little bit deeper than normal. And we can do that because everything we do is made to order, so that all of her spice bottles could stand up and she could read the tops of them, and they all fit in the drawer perfectly. And it was just chef's kiss.
So good. Yeah, so good. Good. I love when things are really nicely organized, for sure.
Oh, and all the perfect labels. Like it was just,
You have to have the
it was
labels on
Pinterest worthy for sure.
Take a picture of that one. So tell me a little bit. So you've got their budget, and now you're working on a plan with people. Tell me, what do people most want in their kitchen? Like, do you have something that everybody, like, is a trend that people are following right now?
There's a couple things that are popular right now. I mean, everyone still wants an island, and I don't see that going away anytime soon.
Perfect. So it's not going to be out of date in 5 years from now. If you
I
pick
really
one.
don't think so. I mean, we've been doing them forever, and I'm always watching trends that are coming, honestly, out of Eastern Europe a lot of the time. They're really designed forward. So I'm watching what's happening there, knowing that it's going to hit our market in like 10 years or so, just because it filters through the rest of Europe and eventually gets to us. And it's not going away. Islands they're so practical. They're beautiful and they're practical. It's bridging that open space of kitchen and making it feel kind of like a furniture piece.
Right. How do you feel about the attached table?
I do that quite often.
Do you?
I do.
Like it.
It's kind of, I don't want to say I have a signature design move, but I've done this in several projects where we have, a square rectangular stone island, and I do a round wood top attached to it. And when we have the change of material, it signifies that this is the workspace versus a social space. And it's sometimes nicer to lean on and have that kind of more casual seating area.
Right. What do you think about the double islands when you have a very large kitchen?
If you have a kitchen that big, go for it. Absolutely.
What's the purpose of the 2 islands? In most cases, do people want like a work island and then they want a seating island? Is that what they're looking
Yes.
for?
Yeah, one of them becomes prep and one of them becomes social.
Right.
Or often in those big spaces, they don't have a lot of wall. So they both end up being different work islands. One of them ends up being like the cleaning island. One of them ends up being where the cooktops and different appliances live because there isn't a wall to put them on.
Right. Are you consulting with any builders when they're building these kitchens, or are they just building what's the cheapest? You mentioned that earlier.
There will be some custom homes that people will, spend more energy putting in a custom kitchen. But for the most part, I focus on renovations because most of my clients have been in their home for a while and they really like where they are.
Right.
They don't want to move. They like their neighborhood. So they just want to make this house what they want it to be.
Right. Well, we realtors don't want to hear that. We want people. We want people that are going to move.
We are competing.
Yes,
in
we're
that
competing.
Way.
I want to sell them. You want them to stay, right?
I do.
No, I actually have had people where I've gone and because I do all of the interior design to get a house ready, so I will pick paint colors and choose flooring, and I've done that for clients where they've actually stayed, and then they're like, "Don't be mad at me. We want to stay." I was like, "Okay."
I think there was a TV show like that.
Yes, I know. I should have done that, right? Darn, that's what I've been doing for 20 years. I actually also give people a small amount of budget to get things that are really important because people want to be proud when they are selling. They want to have their home show its best. So I do have a budget that I help people, if they don't have one, to get things ready, whether it's flooring or cleaning or painting or whatever, makes sense, right? So we are competing a little bit, but in a good way.
Absolutely.
Like, I want my people that are wanting to do a kitchen to work with someone like you that really cares about providing value, getting the best price, and having something that really works for their family.
And vice versa. If they can't make the homework, you're going to do those extra little things to help them get the best price for their home.
Yes. And go find that kitchen that's either already built or somewhere where they can go build their dream kitchen.
That's it.
That makes a lot more sense.
It's how I picked my own house.
Right.
I was looking, we were looking for our first home, and I was looking at all the houses. I'm like, which one can I work with? Ooh, that one. That one I can work with.
Right. The husbands out there don't want to hear that. We are not buying a house that needs a new kitchen because it's too much money. They think it's fun. But what's the average kitchen cost right now? Like, is it, let's talk about a small kitchen versus, a more luxurious kitchen. What would a small kitchen cost people these days, approximately?
It's hard. Depends on the scope. If we are staying in the same room and you can reuse your floor and you're not moving any appliances or plumbing or electrical, it depends on the space. Oh, Tracy, that's hard to answer.
Okay, never
There's
mind.
4,000 different choices we make to design a kitchen.
I get.
What I can say more accurately is you want to spend somewhere between 5% and 15% of the value of your home is the right investment. You don't want to spend a whole lot more than that, like unless you really want to, because you're not going to get the return on the investment. If you spend less than that, you're not actually adding value to the home either. So there's a fine balance there of how much you want to put into it.
Right. I always say IKEA is Swedish for no freaking good. Tell me a little bit about how do you compete with something like IKEA where their prices are really good, but to me the kitchen doesn't look finished. I always worried about kids hanging off them or kids opening doors or slamming doors. Like, do these things actually last? Do you know?
I love IKEA, don't get me wrong. IKEA has its place. I think it's important to understand the lifespan of the product. I think, if you've ever assembled a piece of IKEA furniture,
oh yes,
you know that you get one chance to get that screw in perfectly. And if you don't, it crumbles and you're cooked.
Yes.
So if we think about your cabinetry and things like your hinges, like where your cabinets are going to fail is where the hardware attaches to it. So if it's not perfect and your kid hangs on one of those drawers, there's no repairing it.
Right.
Now, all that to say, the next layer of that is IKEA is a great value if you are a do-it-yourselfer. If you're going to design yourself, pick it up, assemble, and install it, it's a great value. If you can't do those things yourself, if you're paying someone for all those steps of labor, you're losing all that perceived value because labor is actually far more expensive than the goods. So I priced against an IKEA kitchen a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, and we were only about 10% more for a fully custom Canadian-made kitchen because they had to pay for all of those services.
Right, and get it installed and all of that as well. Okay, makes sense. Can you tell me a little bit about the newest trends? Are people still choosing quartz or their granite? Where are we now with countertops?
Quartz is still the most popular countertop. There are new materials coming out. I'm not sold on them yet. The porcelain countertops are kind of having a moment, but they chip more easily.
Right.
They're a little bit harder. They don't have as many design options. The nice thing with porcelain is that you can use it for an outdoor kitchen, or you can even clad a building. You can do a flooring with it. But it's not my favorite thing for countertops right now. I was in Toronto a couple weeks ago, and I went to a natural slab importer, and some of the new quartzite stones
Beautiful.
took my breath away. Now, we were using granite for a long time, and people are like, oh, well, I don't want to have to maintain it and seal it. And that's why quartz has come up in popularity, because it's much easier to live with. But these new quartzite, some of the stuff that's coming from Italy,
So beautiful.
and I mean, you only have to reseal it once a year. It's a kit you can pick up yourself.
Right.
You put it on, you wipe it off, you're good to go again.
Right. So tell me, are people still choosing like the white marble with the gray veining and all the...
I'm trying not to.
Please don't. Please don't. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine doing a custom kitchen and putting that countertop that you see everywhere.
Yep.
I love different. I love unique. I love bold. I love being creative. And I know you do too. So does it hurt your heart when they choose those, or are you okay?
We're kind of leading away from it now.
Right, right.
Like, if you can get the same thing with the company that's selling countertops on the telephone pole, it's kind of probably over.
Agree. What is the newest kitchen color? Are we choosing color? Are we still saying fairly safe with white or wood, or what's happening right now?
I always encourage people to stay a little bit safe, just because it is such a permanent and big investment. That being said, we're seeing a lot of green and a lot of blue. Blue has always been around in kitchens.
No more Hail Navy from Benjamin Moore.
No, it's a softer, like, different tones.
Yeah.
But I actually have a couple clients right now doing black kitchens, like
Nice.
matte black. And it's hot.
Will we see our fingerprints on that? The kids' fingerprints? No.
No, it's so matte, like you can put your fingerprints on it and they don't stay. Some of these new engineered materials are so scratch resistant. Like, they're going to stand up to fingernails, rings. They're going to stand up to family life. And they're even scrubbable with a magic eraser.
Right. You wouldn't believe how many times people call me and say, I want to paint my kitchen. I'm not a believer in people painting their kitchens just for those reasons. The rings, the scratches, the paint. We did one once to get it ready for sale, and the lady had to come back and repaint it before closing date, because I was like, we can't sell it like that. It has to be fixed, right?
I would say that paint buys time.
Yes.
If you have something and you just can't stand it, like when we
That's
moved
true.
into
That's a
our
good
home,
point.
I
Yeah.
painted our kitchen because I wasn't ready to do it yet. We
Right.
just bought a house. We were broke.
Right.
So, like, it bought us time
Right.
till we can get to where we wanted to be.
Is there a certain product that they should use if they're going to paint it? Like, did you have to scroll?
Oh, I am not the expert on
You're
that.
not. Okay. We'll have to ask the painting guy that, because I'm not a big believer in my client. They'll call and say they want to renovate their kitchen, but they can't afford it. And I never thought about buying time, but that's a good point. If you can do it over a weekend and paint it or sand it down and restain it for now, that probably makes the most sense if you're trying to refresh it on a budget.
Or, like, pro painters can do something that's going to last longer, but paint still has a lifespan.
Right. What about the matching backsplash to the countertop? Is that still in? Is it on its way out?
Absolutely. No, it is getting stronger and stronger.
Okay.
Like, most clients are wanting that now.
Okay.
It's just so clean looking, and you've got such a continuance with the same material. It's really elegant looking.
Right. Okay, good. It's not my favorite because I'd rather I love contrast. So for somebody with my eye, I need to see things that pop, blend, just make a difference, right? So for me, I've never loved that look, but I can see how it would make sense in a lot of people's kitchens for sure. It's just easy, wipe it up and you're good to go. And also the thought process for some people to go and choose another material has got to be very hard too for some people.
Well, in a lot of cases, we're choosing a really beautiful stone and we're doing it up the wall, like, as a statement.
Right.
So it's not necessarily boring. Like, we're actually, when we're doing that, we're often choosing bolder patterns,
Right.
to make it more interesting.
Not like the white one with the maple,
No,
gray
not anymore.
Okay, good. Because that would drive me crazy. But I think a beautiful stone the quartzite would really, I've seen some pictures recently of that new quartzite that you're talking about with the burgundy, almost marbly tone.
Yes.
Is so pretty.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Calicata viola, I think.
that's
Violetta?
That's what my
Something
daughter's
like
using
that.
in her kitchen. I think that's
Yeah,
the
it's
one.
stunning.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's beautiful. Okay. What else is trending right now? You mentioned brass and in lighting and brass in hardware.
Yes. Other things that are trending, beverage fridges.
Oh,
If
need
you
those.
have a space, they make a lot of sense. Like every client who has it is like, oh, they don't understand, or like it takes so much pressure off of your main fridge.
Right.
When you can take all the beverages and have them in a separate area, often in a coffee area or a coffee center or the bar. Just having that entertainment area separate from the prep area, people are loving that. And that kind of leads into the coffee bar. The coffee bars are not going away.
I love the coffee bar.
Anytime soon.
I need my coffee bar. I couldn't live without it. First thing I'm going to right there in the morning.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's even some of the new machines where if you have your cup sitting there, you can go on your app in the morning and it will have it ready for you when you get there.
Oh my God, that would be
yeah.
perfect for me. Except my honey does make my coffee every morning.
Oh, well, then
It's kind of the ritual,
You have it
right?
built in. You're
yes.
good.
Yeah. No, that's good. My app works. So tell me and also just for the fridge that you're talking about, it saves going to the garage to get your drinks because that's where most people keep their second fridge.
That's right.
Yeah. And in this Canadian winter, it's way too cold to go out there. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, things will freeze in your garage. Like it's not safe anymore.
Are you mixing and matching metals or hardware, taps, lighting? Are you good to match everything, mix everything up?
We can absolutely mix everything up because you're already going to have often stainless on your appliances. So that's become a new neutral. And often we're mixing it with black. The matte black is really nice, or the champagne bronze, or some
Really
of the
pretty.
matte golds. Yeah, like we're just adding more layers and more texture to space to add more interest and sophistication.
Right. I love polished nickel. That's one of my things. Polished nickel, polished chrome, anything like that. I love that look. What about paneling dishwashers, fridges? How do you feel about that?
I love it. If budget allows and we can get the appliances that allow you to do it properly, because they don't all do it quite the same way.
No. You can't people don't realize that some fridges don't come paneled.
Most of them don't.
Yeah.
You have to buy a fridge or a dishwasher that is designed for that. And from at least a mid-tier brand of appliances. Some of the entry line ones will try to do it, but they don't actually blend in. It kind of still sticks out. And if you're going to do it right.
Right.
If you're not going to do it right, stick with stainless.
Right. Are people trying to add pantries, like walk-in pantries, if they've got the space?
When we have the space, absolutely.
I did that in my kitchen. So at my kitchen, it looks like it's cupboards, but you open it up and it's actually a pantry that you walk into. Never thought about how that was going to impact the grandkids because they want to hide in there all the time, right? So I never thought about that. But
That's not a downside.
no, not at all. What do you think about banquettes?
Again, it depends on the family space.
Right.
Like on the lifestyle, I've got a couple clients who are wanting that kind of look right now in a more cozy, informal, kind of like an English cottage sort of style.
I'm doing a condo with a banquette and a built-in little fridge beside it, and it's going to be really cool when it's done. But yeah, I especially believe in them if you have a view, if you have something that you want to look at. I love adding that banquette.
Well, and those customizations make your house your home. And it makes it to be the space that you want to be in. And isn't that what we all want from our homes?
Right. Well, I also like really different and really unique. Anybody that's followed me in the design world knows that I like things that look. I'm always trying. I'll be looking at something going, but everybody else has that white countertop. So why would I choose that? I want to choose something unique, something different. People walk in and go, and it's not because I want to look good. I love the feeling of my home expressing like who I am as a person, right? I love that bold and unique, flair to my house, right? So it's really important. Yeah.
Absolutely. Everyone has to feel that. I want everyone to feel that way about their home.
Right. Well, some people want safety. When you meet a client, if they like security and safety, then they're probably going to want to not veer into that direction of something being very unique or different. Like you just have to know your clients too, right?
Absolutely. And they guide me. Like one of the things we do as an exercise is I have people bring me pictures of kitchens they like.
Yes.
Because descriptor words mean something different to everyone. Modern to me is going to be different than modern to you, and transitional or traditional. All of those words are really subjective. So I get them to collect photos so they can show me, this is what I like.
Right.
I'm like, amazing. Let's do it.
Right. One thing I don't like about the styles is people will pick like say mid-century modern, which is, really prevalent today, which is great because it is a great design, but they will choose everything that they choose. They think needs to match that actual design, where I love to mix it up. I want it to look a bit eclectic. I want it to look like put together where it doesn't have to be everything looks exactly the same. So choose wisely, but have fun with it.
Well, that's it. We don't want it to look like you walked into a furniture store and bought the entire set that was there.
100%.
We want more texture. We want our homes to have more of a story.
Remember in the old days we picked, your parent would pick the flowered couch with the flowered love seat or the flowered chair. We're not doing that anymore.
We're not doing that.
We're definitely mixing and matching and making things a little bit
Unique.
Yeah, definitely. Because every house will look a little bit different when that happens, right? How do you feel about white walls in a house? Do you like that living that way, or?
It's its own style.
Yeah.
It just depends whether that's the style that those people are going for.
Right. I find the glare of the lights and the white walls, I find that really hard on my eyes. And I'm wondering how other people feel in those settings, if it's something that bothers them as well. I'm not sure. But a lot of people, when they're getting their house ready for sale, obviously that's how they want to live for sure. They want to paint those walls nice and white and get
Right. Well, it's a blank canvas. It's easier for I know, and I'm sure that you know, there's a lot of people who aren't able to visualize.
Right.
So if we take away those barriers, if they see a paint color they don't like someone could just not buy that home.
Right.
So I understand how that can happen.
Yeah.
In my case, where people are doing things to stay, I don't know whether we've done any white walls. They might not be red or black, but they're not white.
Right. No, of course not. Well, interesting, because I find people are using like ChatGPT, but they're forgetting things. Like they're forgetting like the height of your ceilings matter. So if you're getting a cabinet custom built, they don't think about making it a little bit extra high if your ceilings are really high. So they're using ChatGPT, but they're not thinking all the details all the way through.
I can't tell you how many kitchens over the years we've had to do, or it was started because someone bought a new fridge and it didn't fit in the space they had. I'm talking like hundreds of people, because new fridges are taller.
Right.
So then when your fridge doesn't fit, well, then you're taking that cabinet down and it just spins into this whole new thing.
Right.
So,
well, that's like people not measuring their couches properly, or buying things that are too big for the room. They don't see
or
the
too big to
space.
get in the house.
Yeah, that's a big one. Or down the stairs. The big TVs that take up the space.
And
An
I can't
85-inch and
say
a 10-foot
I've never
room.
done it.
Yeah. Let's be honest, we have.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I had ordered a sofa bed that I wanted to put in my spare bedroom, and I wasn't home, but thank God I paid for delivery, because my husband said that they made up new swear words to get it up where I wanted it. And I'm like,
glad I wasn't home for that one. Oh my gosh. Well, and so tell me, if somebody wants to do the entire interior design of their main floor, is that something that you would take on? Or I know you prefer to do the kitchens, but obviously you have the interior design background, right? So
I have the background, but I don't have the supplier relationships. So I have many decorators and designers that I work with.
Right.
That we would partner on those type of projects.
Right. Because once they start the kitchen, sometimes they want to get new furniture in the living room, or they want to create the whole space.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Especially if you don't love that part of it, you might as well transfer that part of it.
Well, and it's a whole different specialty.
It really is. Yeah. I could spend hours online looking for the right carpet, the right art, the right chairs, the right couches. And my hubby's like, I can't believe how much time you spend doing that, but I love it. And I want to make sure it's right before I order it. And I'm measuring and remeasuring and just making sure that it all kind of fits together, right? So then I've been doing this like way before ChatGPT told me, this is the kind of couch size you should have. Because now you can say, my room is 16 by 14, and how big should my couch be, right? So, and they don't always think about, well, how big should the tables be? So, and now you can go online and you can have it put your pillows on your couch and tell you what, but it's not the same as a personal touch. It just really isn't.
Well, again, it's only working with the information you've given it. So again, you don't know what you don't know.
Well, and it's really hard, like through COVID. I mean, we're way out of that now, but it's still the same as a lot of places. We're looking online to buy, rugs or furniture, whatever. You have to really have a really good eye for the color that's coming through the computer, because not everybody can see color. I think most
every
people can't.
screen is different too.
Yes.
So that's, not consistent at all. There isn't much that I would custom order without actually seeing a sample in person.
Yeah. I do it all the time. I'm bad. But usually if I'm
Well, as
looking
if
at
it's
it.
custom.
Yes.
If it's something
yes.
I know I can return, I'll take a risk.
Yes.
But if it's something custom made, I'm absolutely going to go and see and touch and feel it.
Right. Well, one thing you mentioned about buying Canadian, I think that's so important right now, is where we can buy Canadian, we should. A lot of people are still on Amazon and supporting Jeff and the gang. And I'm wondering, shopping Canadian is just so important. So doing the extra research to look to see where can I buy that local or who can I support local for that? Because you're in a business networking group. That's kind of how we originally met.
Absolutely.
Through BNI. And you must have a lot of contractors and other business owners that you're supporting in your group.
Most definitely. We try to work as local as possible. The cabinetry that I work with is made in Quebec. Nice. It's Canadian made. It's a little bit further away, but that's where all the trees are. That's where all the mills are. So it makes sense that there's lots of cabinetry suppliers there. And I love working with them because they're really progressive. I love working with Canadian countertop companies, like Handstone is a Canadian quartz company. So everything we're looking at, I'm like, can I find something that's going to be what we want it to be from either a Canadian supplier or a Canadian product?
Right. And even my in-laws own Oak Unlimited in Bowmanville, and they only do Canadian suppliers. So it's nice to see some of these stores they were doing Canadian way before it was kind of popular, but it's nice to see that people are really taking that on and trying to buy Canadian.
We have great stuff here, so why not check here first?
Right. Well, let's move to rapid fire, shall we?
Okay,
you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Favorite kitchen layout?
Oh, you know what? A classic L shape with an island. There's so much you can do with it, and you can be really creative or you can keep it really simple. That's always going to be my go-to.
Nice. Dream kitchen feature you wish everyone had?
Oh. You know what? This is actually really simple. I wish everyone would invest in a good dishwasher. Your dishwasher's supposed to wash your dishes, so let it do that.
Right. I thought you were going to say something like a pot filler.
I was actually going to go steam oven the whole other way because I'm
yes.
obsessed with getting a steam oven. But no, just the simplest one.
Right.
But get a good one.
Right.
I don't even scrape the eggs or anything off my dishes. Everything goes in there and it all comes out clean. Makes my day.
Makes you happy. One kitchen trend you think will disappear soon?
Oh, I can't think of a good answer for that one.
What about that white countertop with the gray veining in it?
But it's already gone.
It's gone. People are still choosing it.
Well,
don't choose it.
I can't account for everyone's choices.
Right, that's true.
They didn't call me.
No, of course not. Of course not. One thing every kitchen must have or should have.
Every kitchen needs to have good ventilation.
That's a good one.
It's not one of the sexy ones, but when it's not working, you're going to know it.
Right. That makes sense. Your personal must-have appliance. Steam oven. Were you going to say that?
I know I am saving my pennies to get my own steam oven.
They're expensive. But
they're so amazing.
Right. And if you love to cook.
And that's the thing, we do a lot of cooking at home. We kind of like to do things right from scratch, like pasta from scratch.
Wow.
We've made our own bacon. We've made our own cheese. We kind of go
coming over
the whole way. But the cool thing with a steam oven is it does the cooking for you. So if you want to program in that you want salmon and asparagus and risotto, it'll tell you what to put in what tray, what time to put each of them in, and then it's all ready and perfect at the same time.
Has anyone ordered a steam oven yet? That you've done the kitchen oven? Kitchens?
Yeah, we've been doing them for quite a while. They're just starting to get hit the mainstream a little bit more.
Right. But they are quite expensive from what I've heard.
They're absolutely...
They'll come down as more people order them, but you guys order them first and then the rest of us will follow suit.
I think for people who really like to cook at home and learn about them, then they're going to understand how much value it's going to bring. Because it's not just a steam oven, it's also a convection oven. So it's also can be your toaster, it can be your air fryer. It's so many different things in one, which things have to earn their space.
Right. How much technology are in the kitchens are people asking for technology now?
Yes. And I'm personally interested in technology, so I'm always watching what's happening in that space to make sure that my clients know about all the coolest things. In some kitchens, you can put one of the wireless charging surfaces under the counter. So you can just set your phone there and it's charging while you're doing other things. Little things can make a really big difference. There's some of the technology that's coming in appliances is kind of more gimmicky than useful.
Right. Do people even use that if it, the Samsung comes out with an app or whatever. Are people actually using those things? I've seen them in kitchens where people are like, yeah, we don't even use that.
Well, that's the thing. Like some things are
Wi-Fi.
useful, some of them aren't. Like for our barbecue smoker outside, it has Wi-Fi so we can watch the temperature. That's useful.
That's very useful.
But some of it's kind of just,
You can tell you like tech if you got that on your barbecue. Favorite countertop material?
I'm still going to stick with quartz. It's easy. And I believe that your home is made to serve you.
Right.
And not that you need to be careful in your home.
Right.
So it's still one of the easiest ones to live with, being stain resistant and scratch resistant. It's not stain or scratch proof, nothing is.
Right.
But like it's still going to be family friendly.
Right. Well, my house was renovated in the 80s, 89, and it has this gorgeous granite stone fireplace, which it's just gorgeous. So I had to choose granite for my island because you have to have that rock look going. It's just so beautiful. So yeah. One renovation mistake people should avoid.
Not looking at your lighting. One of the things that we're doing, like when we're changing layouts, one of the things I do for my clients is give them a lighting layout.
Right.
Because you need to make sure that you're going to light your space adequately to function for you. And I like the lighting to be done in layers. So everything has its own switch, dimmer switch to be accurate. So you can adjust it for a time of day. But if you're going to do a renovation and not address your lighting, you're going to regret that.
And don't make it look like the airport. It's very important. All right. Well, thanks for joining us today. And Jackie, where can people find you?
I have a very Googleable name. I am the only Jackie Schagen. So Jackie Schagen Kitchens, I'm easy to find.
Right. And just to say, I had the pleasure of going to your showroom. That's quite a risk for a young lady to take on, having your own showroom. So where can they find your showroom?
I'm just on the edge of Curtis and Oshawa, right off Town Line.
And Timeline and Bloor.
Yes.
And there's a newer plaza that's there.
Yes.
And you're on the second floor.
I am.
Easy to find because you're kind of right in the corner at the top. You can see you. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like anything else. If it's worth doing, it's worth doing right.
Right. And what's your phone number?
289-987-1547.
And what area do you serve?
I serve mostly Durham, but I can go a little bit further if we need to.
Right. So you could go to Peterborough?
Absolutely.
Coburg?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. All right. Thank you. If you're thinking about renovating your kitchen, planning a move, or simply love learning more about interior design and homes, make sure you subscribe to the podcast and share this episode with someone who might find it helpful. We'll include Jackie's contact information and links in the show notes so you can connect with her directly. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you on the next episode.